Now where'd I put my phone? Super welcome time, baby. How's it going? We chillin'? Ubango, Chilango. We're casting probably the most important match in Eternals Academy Season 2 history. Because the stakes are huge tonight. If Los Luzerinos win their match and DH lose theirs, DH are out. So this is basically relegations, bro. It's a relegations match. It will affect a lot. On out, we're just waiting for the live to be created like always. And yeah, I know my bed's not made. Honestly, after the cast, I'm going to bed. Like I got T1. I've got T1 AL in the background, but it's muted on 160p. But yeah, once we're done the broadcast, I have the thumbnails, I got the tags, I got the everything. I'm just going to bed. 100 billion%. Mashallah. Assalamu alaikum wallah. We got some good pokey vibes. I added some cool songs. Let's put one of the Giga Chat songs that I put on here. Where is it? My dumb ass forgot. Okay, it's a Family Jewels special, but if you're a fan of Ocarina of Time, I got you, fam. I got you. This will make you start questioning if this is just straight up better than the OG. I think it is by a long shot, but I'm a big fan of instruments just gang banging. And that electric guitar that we never got in the original. Woo. Ah, wait, what game? Why does it never save the game? League of Legendos. Ah, those riffs, bro, man, they're just destroying my soul. They're so beautiful. And it is now. We'll get into it. It's okay. Technically, it starts in like 3 minutes. And while we would have like a bigger crew on Twitch, I don't know, man. I never did it for the views. No. Oh. So this giant ass rash is gonna be a problem in this outfit. Oh wait. Wait. I just got the dumbest idea. I'll be right back. Give me a second. And yes, don't worry. I took my shirt off, but we're fine. We're chilling. As I can wear the softest thing known to man. This Puma shirt. Oh lordy! Oh lordy! Oh lordy! Alright, we're back. BAM! Got the swag shirt back on. If I look like I'm about to die inside, technically, I've been up since like 10 p.m. yesterday. Don't ask why. I don't know. I never know the answer why. I'm so tired. But yeah, practicing narcolepsy any percent every day of the week, ugh, that's rough. But today, gotta love you more, bro. Oh. But yeah, no, yo, the ribs I made in the air fryer today, woo! Bro, I was barking like a chihuahua. Shit was so good. Don't worry, I'll tell you which champ is top right. There you go. Fixed it. Huh? Did I click the wrong link? We got Nordians on blue. DH on red. If you're bopping to some good music, throw a jiggy dance in the chat. Or the comment section if you're watching the VOD. It don't matter. All views matter. Just like everyone's life. Except if you play Orzhov Life Dream. Then you can suck my... Cause Lord knows I hate running into those decks on ladder. It was the pills are falling asleep, bro. Can we get this guy? Oh, chop chop soy. Soy chop chop. Chop chop soy. Soy chop chop. Let's go. Let's get in the game, yo. Let's go. Let's get in the game, yo. Man, even Mewmore can't keep me away, bro. This is Jover. Alright, let's see. Nah. I can't skip the theme of Samus. It's too sexy, bro. It's Samus, bro. Like, bro, underneath all that armor, like, god damn, bro. She's like, she's more of Nintendo's pinup model than Bayonetta is. At least for me. But to be fair, it's Princess Peach, but, you know, like, Peach is like, enjoy liking Peach as a Nintendo stan is like going to Starbucks and ordering a regular coffee, you know? There's no spice, no flavor. You're just a basic bitch. If you like Samus, then oh boy, Bismillah. And the weirder or cooler the girl gets, the better the tasting drink you get from Starbucks or Tim Hortons or Dunkin' Donuts or hell, McDonald's or I don't know, Subway, whatever. You get what I mean. So, if you like Peach, you're just a plain Jane motherfucker. And no one needs no more plain Janes. Oh shit! People are joining the lobby. That's crazy. Hey yo, we're getting ready to drop soon. Hey, Park Jam. I can't flick it to Twitter, it's not safe for work. There's some sussy Bacchus shit. Yeah. Oh. Alright. I have given my ready check. DH has given their ready check. We are just waiting on the Nordians. Not gonna lie, but this playlist is like kind of pog. But is it? Oh, okay. So by odd clicking shuffle, and I click shuffle, it reshuffles the playlist. Okay, yo, I did not know. I did not know that. That's crazy. That's crazy. Ooh. E. Ah. Ooh. So wait, what's next? Where's the salmon stuff? Even when we skip DK Isle, baby, you know the monkey in me comes out. I'm just a full-on Donkey Kong supporter. You know, I really want to do a 101%. If we ever get a port of this game, voila, brothers. We ever get a port of this game to the Switch or the for the NSO, I might have to stop casting for a little bit. Because my dumbass gonna be stuck on the minecart level for who knows how many years. But I'm kidding, by the way. We're gonna be making YouTube content. Yes, all content is YouTube content, by the way. Just saying. Just there may be some impromptu streams. Like tonight was an impromptu stream because as I was finishing my third set of super OP healthy reps for my luscious volcano exploding bicep forearms, I saw Black Wax post. And so I decided, fuck! Let's cast Game of League of Legends for Sunday. And because who knows when playoffs are going to be. But after this MSI, it's fucking EWC, and after EWC, a week later, there's LPL and LCK starting back up. The esports schedule is insane. I don't blame the players for being tired as fuck. No, 100% don't. I'd be tired as fuck too if I had to play if I had to play and practice 10 hours a day for 10 months straight, zero break. Did we start the draft yet? Nope. Don't worry, we're just chilling on my playlist page. Cause we villains like that. Nah. We'll switch it back. La 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 la. So, if not, how have your guys' weeks been? What have you guys been up to? Did you guys do some cool stuff? I'll be honest, me personally, I saw Jurassic World Rebirth. Goated ass movie with the nutsack T-Rex. That was hilarious. Chicken wing raptors and the Marvin Gaye dinosaurs. Those were funkies. Other than that, I slept probably 12 hours a day. And I worked out a lot. And I found myself a new protein combo at McDonald's. So, voila, you see. Sorry if there's not much action on the screen right now. I'd love to have something cool to talk with, but in order to have great and fun things to talk about, I kind of need a chat. So I'm not blaming you guys. I'm just saying, if no one's talking and I'm out of things to say, normally I'm either going to just sing a song, hum to the current song, shit talk Stardust on the league client, but hey, it looks like the draft is ready to get started. The blue bands. I think we're just waiting on the DH ready check. Oh. Okay, let me just refresh the draft page. Okay, no. Alright, here we go. No substitutes. Full team combos. Now there are no stakes here for Nordians if they happen to get 2-0'd. It just puts DH in a more favorable position over Los Luzerinos. Because they are fighting for 6th spot in the league. Because believe it or not, when you have only 8 teams playing, only 6 teams can advance the playoffs. So, we got Waza Zenivia, Stardust Poppy, Stardust Jarvan, a lot of Stardust bands. We got Bleos' Jinx taking out Strikey's Syndra, and Azor's Aatrox. All specific target bands. And Poppy J4 and Jinx are like meta relevant, but the rest are just personal Picadooda days. Alright, looks like Bleos getting back to Canonical Cannoneer. Unfortunately, did not have the best showing last week when High 7 just monkeyed his funkies. He got Funky Kong by Jonas. Yeah, Jonas had his way with Bleos last week. And ooh, okay. The delayed Maokai pick. This could be a flex, but normally we see Stardust on a lot of carry-oriented roles. This could be a Peanut pick. I don't think Amanda has practiced Mal. But, hey, yo, she pulled out a Rakan and a Rum last week, I think. So, she got that goose sauce. Oh, we're going Caitlyn to give us lane prowess into the Tristana. Okay. So we're losing a bit of that late game OP no mi. Azor back in that comfort pick. If that is Maokai top lane, he is not going to have any fun. It very well could be. Who knows? I'll only know for sure when all 5 champions are picked, unless a second top laner would be closed in. I think Maokai could do an okay job of like farming and stuff, but definitely going to be falling behind if he is paired into this Portuguese Kaiser. Alright, well, we've got Dora the Exploradora paired up with the Canonical Cannoneer. So, they're going to look to stay safe and farm. That's about all that bot lane will ever do. I mean, technically, Emilio's got a cleanse. So, Maokai ult, Maokai W, not the scariest thing in the world anymore. Kaylee traps. Hopefully, Bleos doesn't run into too many of them. Let's see, what did DH want here? Okay, I think that's Pina's Volibear. So I think we're seeing the Stardust on the Maokiki. Interesting to blind pick a tank jungle when there's just a lot of good picks left on the table. Maybe they're trying to save some stuff. It is soft fearless though. So at the Trundle ban as expected when you see 2 tanks. And now Trundle's just kind of OP. Oh, now we're starting to target ban Canadian Whale. The double Rainbow Girl. Lux taken away from the pool. Let's see if the Misfortune is also banned here shortly. I know it is a Canadian Whale special. And now, what do DH want to ban? Do they want to ban another jungler? Okay, yeah, the Nocturne makes a lot of sense. They're trying to, like, ban proactive team fighters. To kind of give Stardust, even if he doesn't have the best early starts, you know, like, kind of like some chutzpah for following sessions. We'll have to see what, indeed, Nordians do ban here Do they ban another support? Because Bobby is technically a ban towards... Okay. Mel is interesting. I mean... I don't see much that you could Mel W right now. And normally you want to pick Mel when there's like really obvious Mel buttons to slap. And so you kind of don't want to draft Mel into things, well, into team comps that don't really have reflectable skill shots. And I mean, like, you can reflect the Buster shot and the Fireball, but that's it. All right, the Jack's here for Bad Champ. All right, very, very interesting. So we got the Bash Brothers comp. We're going to be bashing and we're going to be brosing. We maybe could see a hard steal this game. But I think, normally speaking... Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so it is the Jack's jump in button, Galio heroic entrance, or Tristana jumps in, gets the Galio ult. So they're going all in on this Tristana Jax basket. So good mid to late game, but not the most useful front line. We'll have to see how Azor puts this Mordekaiser to use. And Waza locking in the Yon, not wanting to lock in a mage against the Galio. Delicious choice as always. But let's see if Waza can perform. He's had some droughts lately. So, but overall, good team fighting come from both sides. It's gonna be who gets the advantage first in lane. That's really all it is at the end of the day. I think laning wise, DH should be winning bot lane pretty hard. I think Waza should be beating Galio pretty hard. Or Mordekaiser versus Volibear. Honestly, it's whoever fucks up their shield interaction first, I want to say. Because the big chunk... the big chunk comes from the lack of sustain if the shield is off. Here we are about to jump into the game, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just waiting for the flicker wisp. And baby, here we go. Don't worry, we'll be rearranging Nordian's champ order once we get into the game, so do not worry about that. Keep in mind we have about 5 minutes before we get into the game, so if you gotta go pee, take a little a little break, stretch your legs, do the oh yeah. I don't know what the hell this is called, but this, oh man, whenever I do it, oh, I just go oh yeah. But sometimes it's like I feel like I'm turning into a transformer, so my back goes, and I'm just like, oh please no, bro. Now it's not time to morph. Transformers to deceive the eyes. Da, 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 da. Okay, so yeah, okay. So a bad champ is playing Jax. Okay, so it is Mordekaiser top lane. I figured because I have not seen. Have not seen Azor pull out the Jax much. And not that, I mean, I don't think it's a fun matchup for Jax to play in the Volibear. Because you just get poked out. Like, it just hits the wave and you get slapped constantly. But the one problem I am seeing here from the DH roster is a pretty severe lack of magic damage. I mean, yes, Volibear can go AP, but then there won't necessarily be much of a front line. I mean, just Maokai is fine, but I mean, Mordekaiser exists, can take the tank out of the fight, and then the rest of the team gets assassinated. So we'll have to see what Azor tries to do in terms of the Death Realm. There are a few champions here that can cancel the Death Realm. Volibear can stagger the ult and put it on cooldown with his ult, and yeah, it's basically just Volibear. There's other champions who can do it, but they were not picked, so not even worried about. Alright, 4 minutes before we get into the game, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you got your snack, you got your drink, and you west it up. Bam, bing, bam, boom. Bim, bam, 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 bim, bam, bam, boom. Alright. Doo-doo. My Twitter is like so empty. That's just, it's like horse girls, league memes, and I guess Gooner cosplays. Yeah, pretty much. Alright, here we go. We getting ready to get into the game, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for the I'm dead cosplay. I gotta stop practicing narcolepsy any percent, 100% of the time, and I gotta start practicing like 16-star narcolepsy, any percent. Yeah, 100%. 100%. We gotta start practicing that. Alright, so let's see who's rich, who's poor in today's edition of the Skin Roulette. We got ourselves Empyrean, Jack, Spirit Blossom, Tristana, Sanuzal, Mordekaiser, Gatekeeper Galio, Poor Melio, Inks, Shadow, Volibear, DRX, Malgai, High Noon, Yon, Prestige Arcane Commander, Caitlyn, Enkoi, Nami, Element, Chroma. So we got Azor with that. That make it rain money. That drip of money. Also the sound of him clapping whoever's ass cheeks. Cause he a rich motherfucker. Let's turn the sound back on, because that's what you want to hear when you're playing some League of Legendos. And now we in the game, ladies and the fan jam. And I hope you are ready. Don't worry. Don't worry, it is Jack's Jungle, more top. Bambi bada boom bada bam. Alright, so we got ourselves 4 teleports. We got ourselves 10 flashes, because we gotta be flashy. It's the battle of the healers in the bot lane. We got same summoners, same keystone in the exact same order. We got the lethal temple battle, so whoever's gonna be the most lethal company. Hey yo, shout out to Chauvin. Thank you for becoming a Sanctum fanboy, my dude. Thank you so much. It means a lot. Azord can buy your house, trust. Yo, Sabo, bro. I wish I was his, like, I wish he was my sugar daddy, bro. I could afford good skins in the league. Hey, yo! Anyways, it looks like we're trying to get some chicken Camp Vision. Stardust gonna drop a ward down, but Strikey gonna hit it back. And Waza gonna discreetly, sneak over. Can call me Petit Méchantos. Oh, shit! Yo, Duck's in the real name. Crazy. Thank you. Thank you, small mean bear. Anyways, we start the laning phase here. And as you can see, a man with a sword is stronger than a rock. At least for the time being. So, it is gonna be... a little bit rough for Galio early on. He is looking to take Justice Punch Aftershock trades. And Waza is looking to have just Mortal Steel, Q3 interactions with his E. Get as much poke as possible. You see here that Pina is pushing in Azor early. And like I said, it's whoever gets their shield combo off first. So if Volibear gets like a QE off and slaps you and walks away, that's how he wins the trade. Mordekaiser looking to land the Death Grasp into the Obliterate and then use the Malady of Metal for that bonus goo sauce. But it is what is. Both junglers cleared 3 camps so far. Looks like Jax is doing it a little bit faster because apparently a stick is better than a branch. Alright, the Mortal Steel here gonna miss, and Strikey gonna benefit here. Pina gets pulled back from the Death Grasp. And Azor here looking worse for wear after that trade. Alright, Stardust here in the top side looking, but we've got the Stormbringer now. Azor has the flash. The flash twisted advance is gonna be enough. We got the Rebel Smash behind, but now the Volibear eating some Shadow Island Dussy, baby. And you know he's starvingo. That first blood though for Volibear, gonna set him in a good spot. Let's look at the money. No, me has about 1,000 $. That's 1 month of rent for me. So he's gonna be really happy getting probably double Ruby Crystal back if we are doing the Roa start. See here what Pina indeed wants to get. Kindle Gem, so we might just be starting either Thimble or Spirit Visage, so maybe we're not getting the Roa build. Unless we go Roa second. It is a somewhat popular thing in the OCE, but it does lose a bit of pressure. A nice bubble from Canadian Whale onto that wave, but, I mean, Nami Melio, not really two supports that are known for using Exodia decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! So they're not really going to get much damage out. Canadian Well just looking to sustain back up. Gonna throw some bathwater on that way's face and just call it the Sydney Sweeney special. Now Black Wax, you're having a bit of prowess in the early game. As Tristana gains levels, she gains range. So you have to be careful a little bit. And if ever Black Wax uses his 90 caliber net in like inappropriately, there is a chance that we get a punish. But so far we got about an almost 2-wave lead here for Black Wax, and he looks pretty comfortable dodging the Super Mega Ultra Fire Kick. And even through the Melio shields, the poke is getting through. The question is, will Black Wax's mana bar last that way's mana bar? Because essentially when Melio runs out of mana for shields, that's when the Caitlyn Qs are actually going to work. Okay, the Death Grasp, gonna find Pina, but the Obliterate doesn't continue. We do have the refillable and 2 cookies with the D shield, so Pina's got insane sustain here in this lane. Gonna take an isolated Obliterate, so gonna be a little bit worse for wear after that. An Ice Taunt here. The Shield of Duran coming in, and Waza takes a lot of damage from that trade. But for the time being, Waza does have a small XP advantage. Galio has ticked up to 6. Reminder that Galio's ult isn't really an ult for himself. So, ultimate advantage here in the mid lane for Waza if ever they were to take a trade. He does need friends. And if you're like me and you have no friends, well, you're going to have no ults. Okay, a nice 90 caliber net onto Blios. The explosive charge gonna do a lot of damage. A bad champ here looking to do the dragon, but it looks like Stardust has spotted him. Canadian Whale is rotating with that way, and now we got the rocket jump, and it might be enough. The Death Grasp, and Pina gets thrown into the Shadow Realm. Doesn't use the ult to CC, and it looks like the team fight's just going over, and we got the flash here. Black Wax goes down, Stardust gets chopped down by, what is that? What is that, guys? What is he using? A lantern? Because I know Mighty Jax uses a hockey stick. I think Nemesis uses a fishing rod. No, sorry, Angular Jax uses a fishing rod. Okay, so we got the pull back here on the Pina. Azor with a small XP advantage here, but nothing that he can't recall. It looks like Stardust forced here to go the AP build early. Let's see if he's going to go AP in the tank, or if he's going to go Cholo AP. If he goes Cholo AP, that might be a little bit of a problem, depending on the situation. I mean, the Jax getting that Triforce definitely going to be good for trades, but we'll have to see how much prowess and advantage that the saplings can buy Stardust, because that is one of the really big strengths that Maokai offers to his team, is pseudo vision control using the saplings. All right, we're going to get an ace in the hole here onto Blios, but I mean, he's got Emilio, and the poke's not really going to land. And okay, so bad champ here. First, the jungler to hit level 6 has 2 fully built components. There's some more guys who went for the early anti-heal, realizes that it's going to be needed, and Volibear is going for the Cosmic Drive first. So this is the standard aggressive lane Volibear build that we are expecting here in North America. Looking at the CC, it looks like Stardust is down a little bit, but they have priority for grubs. They did interrupt the dragon take they interrupted the dragon take here from Bedchamp. So that means they are up objectives, but they are 1 kill away from losing the feats of strengths for warfare. And now Waza taking a 500 chunk from Galio. The Aftershock Booty Slam really working in the favor here of Strikey early on. And now, Waza's got the Mortal Steel 3, but it's gonna miss, and a bad champ has the stun, and that's just gonna be enough, and Galio with the assisted kill. And now Azor looking worse for wear here, but the anti-heal pretty strong, and now Pina gets taken to the Shadow Realm, but Azor might just be dead. Another crunch heals him up, but Pina is out of cooldowns, and he doesn't have the goose sauce to continue. That's gonna be also Dragon in favor. Oof. And Pina has to abandon that last little caster minion. Can't really risk getting soloed here. And Strikey really wants another hit on the third, but Yone has his ultimate, and you can't really disrespect Yone too much when you have no armor, as things can get pretty ugly. Also remember, Yone does mixed damage. Every second hit does magic damage, thanks to the Azakana. Alright. So we got some items coming in. We got the Hollow Radiance. here for Galio. Going to be a really big point of power. Interested that he went Hollow Radiance against Caitlyn Yon. Normally go like Sunfire into something else, but Hollow Radiance does make sense when you look at the top side, seeing it full AP, and that is essentially the brute of what he's gonna have to sit through when he's fighting the Bash Brothers composition. And now Waza here, gonna be able to clear the ward, but now, once again, maybe in a bit of trouble, might have to use the Fate Sealed. Stuck over the wall, not gonna be able to get over, had his ult, had his flash, decided not to invest anything. Could have sidestepped into the brush before the leap strike came through and ulted to maybe force Strikey or a bad champ to invest their flash if they wanted to cancel that. But fortunately, Waza, like I said at the beginning of the when we saw the Yon pick, we did say that Waza was in a little bit of a drought, and that's just a fact that stays true. We saw some games from Bombardino, and Waza did not look too clean, but it looks like Stardust might be in a little bit of danger here. And now the Death Grasp. Ooh, okay. That's a good chunk here from Pina. And the Hero's Entrance, and Azor doing so much damage. The anti-heal is doing fantastic. And a bad champ just goes in like a madman. And that's going to be enough. Bleos looking, but he's not going to have the rocket jump. Has the flash in, but has the rocket jump away. The heal from Melio also has to be used here. And that's a lot of summoners use bot lane to try and get that, but with those kills top lane, that could be first turrets. It's 6-1 right now. We got a 3,000 gold lead. Typical Fallen Sanctum 10-minute cast standard. Can we pan to the top lane, please, Observatory? Oh, no. Okay, it looks like there's barely a plate. Okay, so let's look at the money no me. Yeah, the jungle influx of money here. Stardust really has to finish that item so he can start becoming tanky, because the thing is with Maokai, right, is his sustain comes from his ability to cycle his passive through a team fight, because it scales off HP. And it does a decent amount of healing, but the early anti-heal here from the Mordekaiser really putting a dent in a lot of the plans. Also, Stardust just being squishy. No magic resist, no armor. It's just bad news bears. And now with the Rylai's active, the Malia Metal is going to keep Pina stuck here. And the Shadow Realm has been summoned. A bad champ and Galio are making their way here just in case it's needed. But a bad champ is just going to go bonky sticks. And that's going to be the feats of strengths here claimed for the side of Nordians. Things not looking too good here in game one for DH. We're going to deny some more jungle camps. And Waza is able to keep up with the Galio and CS. But money-wise, he is feeling pretty poor. Almost 2,000 gold down the drain. And Bleos is pretty content in this bot lane. Caitlyn is a pretty big bully, but with Nami as your partner instead of something like Nautilus or Lux, there is just a lot less of a kill threat. And because there isn't an instant kill threat. Okay, Bleos jumping in. We got the Hero's Entrance, and now Stardust gonna get caught out. And like I said, Stardust is super squishy on this AP Maokai, and he's not gonna be able to find the target. And now, okay, Bleos getting chunked real bad. Maybe Waza finds an angle, but no, that's just another 1 for 0. And Stardust had no flash. It's scary when an 80 carry who's just 0-0-3 can randomly jump on you, because this Galio is super fed. Pina gets a little bit of reprieve here in the top lane. And now that way has to be a little bit mindful on his way back to lane. Oh, okay. Okay, that was a nice bust. That was a nice shield here, a nice body block. Sorry, by the Melio. Sorry, it's been a while since I casted, so don't mind my sloppy topics. All right, so now we've got the lane swap. We've got Mordekaiser here dealing with the Yon, and we got Strikey just being chilling here against Pina. Because Galio with no ultimate. It looks like Stardust has not forgotten how to press the smite button, but Waza might be in a bit of trouble. Has the ultimate, but has to flash out. The flash, and no Jax with the leap strike to interrupt the ultimate so the full distance doesn't get shadowed. And now Blackwax, he's level 9. He's facing 2 people with plated steel caps. He just doesn't do any damage at this point in the game. And now Stardust able to get himself the Grumpy Dumpy. But that might just be another turret gone here. There are no turret plates here anymore since we're past 14 minutes. And even without grubs, Tristana is fantastic at eliminating. Ooh, okay. Ooh. Okay, the flash and heal invested here to save Blackwax. That was a beautiful mega fire kick by Emilio Pina. Gotta be able to answer with a turret himself. And Waza kind of just stuck in between rotations. Finally finished that first item, so he is thankful. But there's still a lot of money gaps. Stardust trying to make sure that this Rift Herald goes through. And he is going to be able to steal it away from a bad champ. But now here comes Blios. And we have the hero's entrance. And Stardust here forced the flash, and Pina now using the Stormbringer to make sure he can get a little bit of prowess and get away from this Jax, because this Jax is a menace right now. One of the guys who surprisingly decided to build Mertreads. Ooh, okay. Ooh! Okay, wow. Okay, the shields from Emilio really, the Dream Maker really making a difference there. The shield was enough with just the damage absorption to save the Tristana, because the flash block missed. Okay, Blackwax now stunned up. The rocket jump here, and Blios might be in a little bit of danger, but in the crit for crit matchup, it looks like Blios is happy enough to take it. We currently have a 4.5 thousand gold lead, and Blios, while really low, I mean, he's got Emilio right next to him, so Tristana doesn't have barrier, but there's no real kill pressure. Pina is gonna try and fight Strikey, but neither of them really do any damage at this point of the game. The Cosmic Drive is just there for mobility, but the Rylai's is really, really good against champions that want to move around. Because once you get tagged once, you're just basically tagged permanently. And Azor is going to be able to steal away the Froggy Boy while he goes back to farming the waves. Stardust is trying to keep up, but 2,500 gold deficit here in the jungle rule right now. And there's just not much Stardust can do. Blackwax really wants this turret, but that's a mega fire kick. Oh, okay. We are going to dodge the 90 caliber net, so there's not going to be much action right now. We're going back to farming. Waza is on bot wave clear duty, but this Jax has 2 items. And now that's a really big point of contention, because Galio's almost done his Rift Maker, and this Galio is going to be a strong point of contention. Look at how much damage he's already getting to do. And wow, that's a lot of damage onto that way and Blios. Okay, well, Pina pushed the wave in, so Strikey's going to go answer. Waza's farming. And Blios has to be a little bit careful. The ace in the hole is available, but I think Blios just wants to clear the wave. And yeah, we're going to rocket jump away just to make sure we're not in Tristana's striking range. There is no vision, so no ace in the hole will come down here to try and interrupt a recall. But Tristana now, is that BF Sword? No, it's not BF Sword. And not much Tristana can buy here, so it decides to not buy anything. The smart outcome here. Mordekaiser are also going Rift Maker. Interesting. The Mordekaiser are not getting Leandres. Would make his trades with Pina unbearable, as he'd be burning with anti-heal. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, that way getting chunked to 50%, but I mean, Emilio isn't the one who needs to get hit by these skill shots. And he's, Blackwax is out of mana as Dragon has, as Otacon and Dragon have spawned. So we're gonna use the Herald in the mid lane. Okay, we're going in. We're getting the turret here, but we're starting the team fight. Stardust is going to be the first victim here, looking to try and survive, but Azor is able to get the isolated obliterate. And now, yeah, that's the Stormbringer, the Fate Sealed, and the Nature's Grasp used here as we try and get some offensive push pressure. We have a Demolish proc here on Pina, and it might be enough. Okay, so that is 2 turrets traded for the Dragon. The Otacon still available here up top, and you do have to be a bit careful. There is no jungle here right now for DH. Stardust is running out of base. Might have to start pathing topside, because if we see him... Oh, okay, Pina. Oh, the stun gets interrupted because of the counter strike, and a bad champ just really happy to be bonking the shit out of Pina's backside. Lokta Rogar, call him a hunter because Pina got hunted. I'm back for my loot, and the Otacon started here since we killed Pina, and we see AD and support here. There is no smite, but there's no one in range to try and cancel, so that's just a free heist here from Nordians. It's only a 5k gold lead. Looks like it would be a lot more, but we're hitting the 2 item spikes here slowly but surely on DH. We're becoming more and more champions, but double Riftmaker done. Sundered Sky, IE almost done, and now Waza looks way worse for wear after that trade. I mean, Strikey can just kill Waza if he wants, but it looks like Waza trying to bait. And the bait is not gonna work. Strikey gonna smell something foul. Okay, Stardust gonna... Ooh, with a flash Shadow Realm here onto Stardust. Now he might be in a bit of danger. The Malady of Metal plus the Rylai's means that Stardust is perma-slowed. And a bad champ is just gonna jump on his back and say uncle. Say uncle and I'll let you go to your grave. Alright, Pina here, and a bit of trouble, has to be able to get away from a bad champ. Waza is able to get a turret. Bad champ decides to not continue chasing the Volibear, who has flash, as there's just no real point. Jack's now going for the Seeker's Arm Guard. So Zonia's third item, as always, very, very common. Sometimes we see Stark's Gauge third on Jax, but he just wants to be able to jump into the action, press the button, and stay safe. And now it looks like we're getting a Thornmail here from Strikey. IE should be finished here shortly for Blios, and they really want this turret. Okay, Stardust gets caught once again. And with the rocket jump, we don't have enough range, but Blackwax might get caught out. The barrier's not enough. The teleport here comes in from Waza. The Nature's Graph isn't gonna find anybody. And that was Waza's teleport, the sums on Blackwax, the heal from Canadian Whale, and the Maokai and Nami ultimate. So a lot used here to try and save. Okay. Jax tanking a lot of damage here, but the flash over the wall after the Zonias. Okay, Blackwax is starting to do a decent amount of damage, but a bad champ here gonna get caught out, and is gonna get taken down. That is a nice shutdown, going over to Stardust, closing the gold gap a little bit, but Pina was turned into a Fluffy Adam and Eve sponsored section. The Volibear has not been working out, and now we're getting the Flicker Blades. I feel that feels a little bit late for me. We have 2 items on both 80 carries. Waza finally has 50% crits, and looks like I think it's just gonna be it's gonna be No, that's Frozen Heart here for the Galio coming in. Really good against a Yone and a Caitlyn that are not ahead. They just don't have the money to have the items to make things matter, so it just doesn't matter at the end of the day. With the money though, Stardust now is about halfway to his next item, and Strikey looking to maybe play Hickey. But Mountain Soul Point here on the line here for Nordians. Still only a 5k gold lead. That Jack Staff did cost 5. Oh, Black Wax. What was that? Alright, well, Black Wax gets not punished by just ulting right in front of a Jax. Okay. And yeah, we're just gonna take Soul Point here. We're trying to push. Getting as much standing gold as we can here. DH have taken 4 turrets, so there's not that much. There is a bit of standing gold here. But see, that's a 700. That's 700 gold here for Waza, so he is going to be pretty happy. Actually, close the gold gap here because of all the farming and the turret pressure that he's been able to afford, and now he's halfway to his Infinity Edge, unless he's okay. It is Infinity Edge. Can confirm that. Now that way, you're going to be clearing vision around the Baron pit. We get some anti-heal here from the Caitlyn's. Finally, someone's building some anti-heal to be able to deal with this Jax, this Mordekaiser, and most importantly, the Melio. Now, I know a lot of Melio's healing comes from shielding, because it's like technically effective HP versus damage, but Breath of Light is a spell that heals. So technically it is. Ooh, Waza is down 2 levels to Galio though, even though they're just about caught up. The level 3 Galio ult means that he'll have good CD on it. Has not built any cooldown reduction yet, but actually wait, sorry, has 10% cooldown reduction thanks to the Riftmaker. I say 10%, but it's like what is 10 ability haste? Is it like 8%? 10%? I don't know. I don't know why they ever changed the conversion. That never made any sense to me. But looking here, it looks like we want a Spirit Visage here for Stardust. And Waza gonna be forced to flash, to ult, and then flash afterwards to dodge the counter strike. But that is another tier 2 taken. That is the first tier 2 taken here for Nordians. Getting back the gold that they lost from the Waza split push play 2 minutes ago. Okay. And now, yeah, these Maokai saplings are buying a little bit of pressure. But I mean, when you're hitting the MR tank Galio with your sapling, we're not getting the best amount of value overall. Another sapling placed in the brush, going to try and interrupt a recall, but it's actually not going to get proc because apparently the sapling can't see. We're going to clear out more vision, and now we're just waiting. Honestly, there's 2 minutes until the Mountain Soul, and I mean, this Bash Brothers composition from Nordians with Mountain Soul is disgustingly strong. And Stardust has had good smites, but right now, I just don't see a 5v5. This is game 1. Small Bear. So, we see the last Whisper here, picked up by Black Wax, but on the other side, Bleos has finished his Mortal Reminder, so he is comfortably ahead in items. And Pickaxe picked up here. Nah, if this was game 2, it'd be a little interesting, but there's some comfort picks here, so no worries. All right, so we got Bleos pushing out the mid lane, trying to get a wave into that turret, because with one wave and that Tristana takes the turret with a super bomb, the armor advance come in here for the Jax. And we are getting close to the Flicker Blade here for Volibear. Spirit Visage was finished up by Maokai, and now Pina gonna get pulled back. But they have enough damage to take the turret before the wave goes down, and they clear the wave. So now that is the second inner turret taken. So now we're tied back up in turrets, 5-5, and we're trying a Death Rush, but I don't know in what scenario we win. Even if we, I mean, this Jax is just so hard to kill. And if you pair the Jax with a Galio ultimate, I don't see the damage to kill a Jax. You can just press Counter Strike and ignore Caitlyn and Yone. A bad champ here with the really awesome read. Like, Caitlyn is at least getting some crits down, so they're able to have a decent amount of wave clear, but there's only so much turtling they can do. They eventually have to fight for something. They can't just keep giving up everything. Unless the win con is you let them take soul, and then you try and take... Wait, Strikey didn't even take 200 damage from that? That's crazy. Okay, we've got the teleport here mid from Yone. Looks like we're trying to fight for this soul. Oh, no. Okay, we're teleporting to go to Baron. Okay, so this is a risky play. At that point, I mean, I think Yone could have just walked, right? No? Okay, so we're rushing this Baron. We got a Leandri's damage. We got the Volibear coming in. But we're not really doing it that fast. And now, we kind of have to disengage. Okay, we find a nice 3-man Yone ultimate, but the Breath of Light is enough. And Bleos just assassinates Yone. Azor surviving. A bad champ gets the hero's entrance. The knockup onto Caitlyn. And now Pina's gonna be taken down. Bleos getting excited. That's a triple kill. And the minions take a turn in the mid lane. Meanwhile, and yeah, that's a 4 for 0. And that was every flash on DH available, so that might just be our ticket to game 2, ladies and gentlemen. Bird items are coming through here for the side of DH, but unfortunately, I think the draft just required a little bit of better laning phasing, and because it didn't happen, yeah, Bleo's just padding out the stats, and we're going to game 2, ladies and gentlemen. Boom! And we got the Reckoner victory. Boom. Alright. Alrighty, let me get the music back up and running for you guys. We got that DK Spaceport. So let's hop back to the super webcam. Wha-bam! Alright. So, game 1, there were some comfort picks across the board here for Nordian. But I think it was just a laning phase gap. Nothing worked in the way that DH needed it to work, and they just, it felt like they were permanently behind all game. Stardust had a great smite on that Hextech Dragon, and with the Prio for Grubs, it helped buy a bit of time for some split pushing prowess. But other than that, that just wasn't enough going on. And yeah, that is the big problem with AP Maokai. The thing is, not drafting a traditional mage and forcing your tank jungler to build AP, the biggest problem is Stardust was just so squishy. And because he was behind, he was so squishy, he just had no money. And even when he got money, it just didn't matter. The Bash brothers were so far ahead in terms of money that the Jacks just didn't care. You saw? They put everything they had into that Mordekaiser. He took 20% damage. Okay. And then Jax took 40%, then pressed Zonias, the Galio ult came through, and before the Galio ult even landed, that team fight was over. Well, it was a nice try by Waza to find a 3-man Fate Seal, but man, that Breath of Light, man, that's... The amount of healing that Tristana got, I think she would have died, but... yeah, it's a little crazy. It's a little crazy. Alrighty. So as we get ready for the new link, that is going to be dropping soon. Going into game number 2. I do not know. Do we have side selection? Tatsu changé de quoi? Tes cheveux, tes lunettes? No. Well, no. I mean, I have less bed heads than I normally do. Like, my hair looks less weird, but it's the same hair. I mean, I shaved my beard like a week and a half ago, but I think you would have noticed that. I recently washed. I washed this t-shirt like 20 minutes ago. Well, like before this 20 minutes before the stream. Other than that, I don't really know. I look more tired. Like you can see the holes in my eyes, bro. You can see, man, the crow's feet. So I saw my Harry Potter. Yeah, I get that a lot. Funny story. When I was a kid, I had like the Harry Potter glasses, like the really small circle nerd glasses, bro. People called me Scratchy Potter because I had a skin condition, so I would always scratch myself. So they called me Scratchy Potter in like elementary and middle school. I was called Scratchy Potter. I hate the Harry Potter franchise just because of that nickname. But it's okay. When they bullied me, I bullied them back. Cause equal opportunists, you know. So if not, how'd your scrims go 2 days ago? Or yesterday? Or 2 days? Yeah, 2 days ago? How'd they go? I think I saw you guys had scrims. I don't know, you posted like a picture that was like, it's okay. Don't worry about it, bro. The past is the past for a reason. Yeah, no, Harry's a pretty boy. Yeah, Daniel Radcliffe, bro, man, dude's a giga chat. He's also rich. I wish I was rich. But hey, with your money that you supported the stream with today, maybe I can get extra mayo on a McDouble. But yeah, no, I feel like, personally speaking, I feel like YouTube, like subscription wise, right, and super chats stuff wise, I feel like it's just a lot easier on consumers for you guys. And plus, you're gonna get the same benefits of like emotes and stuff once I get some made. Just this month, it's a little bit tight. I paid the hydro bill for the year. Yes, because for some reason I paid for the year. Alright, yo, I try, bro. I try. As you can see, I am getting creative and pushing new content on the channel and stuff. You know, we're trying new avenues and stuff. So, you know, eventually something's gonna pick up. But hey, I think that project I got in the works, I think that's gonna drum up some business. But I can't talk about it, but I feel like it's gonna be cool. Alright, let me ask for the link, because it's been like 5 minutes. When we can go through an entire gloomy Galleon song without anything happening? Either there's like, thank you, Stardust. Okay, so we still have Nordians on blue. We have DH on red. Oh, 1-0, anyone's legend? Okay. I mean, to be fair, anyone's legend took T1 to 5 games. So... And we know T1 don't have the best game 1 win rate. So... If there's any, like, T1 apologists or whatever, I'm not saying anyone's legend is bad, but I'm just saying, like, T1 on record doesn't... Internationally, doesn't often win game 1. At least not versus Asian teams. But often they, I feel like T1 kind of take games 1 and 2 to kind of like, you know. I mean, if anyone's legends upsets and beats T1, then Faker's perfect prediction is gonna be down the drain. But hey, Faker's already rich enough, doesn't need money. Anyways, let's get into the draft. Speaking of which, the comfort bands of Syndra, Anivia, Poppy, Aatrox still going to be relevant in this game number 2. The double jungle ban here against Stardust. And this time, Aphelios taken off the board instead of Jinx. So maybe trying to bait a Jinx pick. Do DH have an answer in mind? Because, I mean, Jinx, pretty good in the meta right now. If she, you know... We saw what Ruler did. He got 1 takedown late game, bro. It was over. So, we've got the Ahri here, hover, for Waza. Interesting that we are blind picking the Ahri. I mean, maybe just trying to get a comfort matchup or a comfort blind pick. As Syndra, I mean, Syndra at the Ahri. That's okay. Jhin, okay. That's an interesting combination. Opting for the control matchup here in the bot lane is what Blackwax is opting to do. I mean, there are a lot of good choices into Jinx. Jhin isn't the first one to come to mind, I'll be honest. And we know Blackwax plays a lot of stuff. He even plays Kalista, for fuck's sakes. But maybe he wants to be on a lower DPM style champion. Bad Champ, who had the MVP game, the game of the series, last game on is Jax, now going to be playing that Sejuani. So maybe that hints that we're going to get some melee shenanigans with Azor in the top lane. And we'll see here if we get our mid lane pick here for Strikey. No, we're just going to take the Braum away. Make sure we have something to deal with the curtain call at the end of the day. Okay. I mean, I like it. Jinx Braum, not the strongest duo, but definitely Braum is a good choice to help a Jinx survive against the odds of Ahri and Jhin, seeing how skill shot based they are. Here, Pina's Tom Kench here, just going to be locked in. So we're going with great comfort. We're really trying to push that game 3 here. Some of the best champions that these DH players have had performances on are these champions. The set going to be taken away here from Azor. And normally, if I'm not mistaken, there's also Delirious that might be banned here. Stardust is the target focus for bans here. The Zyra is a flex pick between him and Canadian Whale. And yeah, Gwen also taken off the table. True damage against a tank is very helpful. But that means that Darius is open. I don't know though. Does Azor want to pick Darius into Tahm Kench? That is the real question. Maybe that is what they're trying to force a Vi. So there are a total of 4 jungle bans against my boy Dust today. That is insane. The focus. Alright, so it is Senna support. Interesting. Not something we see every day, but we'll see if it's Enchanter Senna or if it's Pseudo AD Senna. Pseudo AD Senna will go Bloodsong. Enchanter Senna will go like Dreammaker or Solstice Slave. So we'll have to see exactly what Canadian Whale is up to. She likes playing a lot of poke supports. So I'm not too sure. Okay. Azor decides to take the Renekton into the Tahm Kench matchup. Just says, fuck it. You want to play it? We'll play hardball, baby. And now we left Strikey's pick for last. So DH got a good amount of counter picks this draft. I'd see what Strikey wants to round off the comp with. We need magic damage because we don't have any right now. I know I'm not counting the 100 magic damage from the Sejuani Ultimate. Okay, the Vex. Good. I mean, great into Wukong, Ahri. The rest don't really have many dashes. But yeah, that is the draft here. I mean, if we get to the late game, Nordian might just be able to outscale. But players are putting themselves in. Remember, we got about 5 minutes before we get into the game with the champ select and everything. So if you gotta grab a snack, grab a drink, or head to the washroom, make sure you do so. So you're not gonna want to miss this action sequence. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to jump into the action. So what do you guys think? Which draft do you guys prefer? You guys prefer the Protect the Jinx composition? Or do you like the DH Comfort draft? Personally speaking, I think that if DH kind of just play safe and don't force too many bad plays, I feel like they can come out on top. The problem with what happened in Game 1 is I felt like too many plays were forced. They had better scaling, but they were 3,000 gold behind at 10 minutes. That's a big gold lead. 1,000 is the median when you're like losing the game at 10 minutes, but 3,000, bro, like you're just in the dirt. We saw how oppressive a bad champ felt on Jax. This time he is playing Sejuani, but we've seen that some jugglers in this world can make Sejuani look like a carry champion. Inspired at MSI really tried. Alright. That's some nice Mario Kart beats. I'm curious to ask, I don't know if anyone would want, but with the nice amount of games Nintendo is releasing and stuff, and just the amount of like card games I play on my computer, would people want to see streams of that? Because that's something I wouldn't mind, like just throwing up like an afternoon stream. Because often I'm just watching the same recycled YouTube videos or whatever new anime episodes came out. So if it is something people want to see, you know, we could start doing during the week streams, you know, even during the weekend, but like during the day, you know. I'm just hanging out, playing whatever random game. If we play on the Switch, I'd probably be either continuing Bravely Default, starting Banjo-Kazooie, or starting the Donkey Kong Country playthrough series. Remember, all VODs that you see on YouTube get turned into videos the second the stream ends. So you're not missing out on content if ever you can't stay for the whole stream. Just like I made a post, a feedback post on the communities tab on my channel. So if you're interested in seeing for the future of the channel what's coming, I guess, go ahead and check it out. Either later today after this cast or whatever. And if you are subscribed, make sure you ring that notification bell if you're interested in seeing the videos. Because sometimes YouTube does not push videos to subscribers. So that is a really big thing. And remember to like if you like the content you're watching, make sure to click that like button. It tells YouTube that my channel is not that content. Because for some reason, if you don't click the like button, YouTube's like, no one wants to watch this shit. But if you click the like button, YouTube will be like, oh shit, a lot of people want to watch this. I'll be honest, I've tried understanding the YouTube algorithm for almost 15 years now. It's changed so many times. I feel like I could have gone a doctorate in YouTube algorithmy. Because, bro, that thing evolved like cars. Like, we went from a horse pulling a wagon to no horse to planes to boats to trains to planes to now spaceships. Like, how am I supposed to study all this stupid shit? And nothing, the information is public. I was like, we're here at YouTube to help you out. If you ever have any this or that you need help with. And I was like, bro, can you just, like, in layman's terms, explain how the hell your algorithm works? Because sometimes I'm just like, bro, what the hell am I doing? That's enough of me yapping. Spectator delay has started. 3 minutes to go. Get your snack, get your drink, washroom break if you need it. Because this looks like it's going to be, yes, the champion order. Not correct position. It is a Nordian thing. They never put themselves in the right positions. Because the players join like after the draft and then we instantly start the game. So no worries. I do know it is an issue. I will fix the positioning. But yeah. Alright, we got about a minute before we get into the game. Will that way finally have a skin on his champions? I think so far, we haven't seen that way ever use a skin. He's got that Faker syndrome. I call it the broke boy syndrome, but people call it the Faker syndrome because Faker never uses a skin. But apparently there were alleged rumors that when Star Guardian Ari came out, Faker and Star Guardian Kaisa came out, that Riot was offering Faker some mad money to please just use the damn skin, because the world knows that if Faker says something, people... Oh, sorry. There you go. If Faker says and does stuff, people follow. Because, well, people want to follow. It's Faker, you know? So, we're about to get into the game, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you are back from your little break or whatevers. And here we go. Let's see them beautiful skins here for game number 2 of week 7 between DH and Nordians. A lot of things on the line here for DH. So they really do need a W at least if they do lose the series. But we got Star Guardian Jinx, Victoria Sejuani, Scorcher for Nectin, Dawnbringer Vex. We got El Tigre, Braum, Coin Emperor, Tomcat, Radiant Wukong, Snow Moon, Ari, Project Jin, and Mass Justice Senna. Not the prettiest Senna skin, but hey, we got a 10-man Wombo, Combo, Nambo. Let's find out if Blios has the purple Jinx Chroma, the Mythic Chroma you can get for 40 Mythic Essence whenever it rotates. Let's see here. Bam, 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 boom, boom. And let's fix the portrait modes. Beam, a bam, a boom. Here we go, guys. We've got ourselves 4 teleports, 10 flashes. We got Unsealed Spellbook Sejuani. So, there's many upsides to Unsealed Spellbook Sejuani. But the downside is you don't have Aftershock. So, if you get caught, You are not tanky. Alright. Alright. Now the real question is, have Blackwax and Peanut woken up from their deep slumber? Because when this team had their MVP run in playoffs last split, or last season for Eternals, Peanut, like, was a whole different player. His MVP every game. He was like 1v9ing. Even when his team was winning, he looked like Zeus. But, no, not DME Zeus. T1 Zeus. Yay. Okay. So, we do have that purple chroma. So, we have Fleet Footwork, so it looks like we've got the Battle Senna. So, interested in seeing if we're going to go, what item we're going to go first. I'm pretty sure that Canadian Whale gonna look to go Bloodsong. Okay. Peanut taking a lot of damage here, but uses the gray, has a gray health to sustain a decent amount. So we'll see if it comes in handy. Remember that if Renekton W is empowered and it hits a shield first, it breaks the shield and then applies damage. So that is something you gotta be a little bit wary of if you are Peanut, because the Tom Kent shield sometimes can be used to save you. And sometimes it can be used to get yourself killed. Level 3 here for Azor. Okay. The biggest problem with Tom Kench is that his wave clearing ability, not amazing. So far, other than that, lanes seem to be pretty even. There is a good amount of sustain here for DH in the bot side, compared to Braum, who doesn't really offer much sustain. He just offers the ability to soak damage. Tina might be in a bit of danger. And that is just first blood. Looks like NP Cena and still a part of the DH crew. Okay, a really nice last embrace here from Senna to chain a decent amount of damage. That is a potion ticking on that way. Jinx hasn't used any pots yet. The last embrace is gonna miss. We're also gonna miss the Senna Q. I think here we're more using Senna's mana pool to try and push an HP advantage so that Jhin can get some pot shots than anything else. Peanut coming back the lane with just a refillable potion feels pretty sad for poor Peanut. Okay, the last embrace here onto okay. We're taking a trade in the bot lane and in the top lane at the same time. Canadian Whale is pretty low. A bad champ was looking but spotted on vision. Now Stardust might have to make something happen here in this top side, because if Renekton keeps getting more leads. Now Renekton is level 5. And now Peanut's just dead again. Is Azor able to live? Okay, Stardust is able to trade back a kill, but is gonna live thanks to the beautiful Wukong passive, the armor and health regen. Clutch as all hell. It looks like a bad champ trying to get a lane, trying to backdoor a lane gank here. It's gonna be spotted by Senna here, and now Blackwax might be in a bit of trouble, but okay, they got some good chunk damage. But Leos does manage to get a little bit. Ooh, Oh, yeah, Pina has to chillaxy, relaxy. I know he needs some CS, but he's gotta let Renekton push it in. It is pretty scary if not. And Waza doing good for now. Teleport invested earlier before he had the that big money. So does not have his lost chapter, as Vex waited a little bit longer to get hers. But Waza up about 9 CS. There's a wave crashing in the turret here for Waza, so he's able to get a rotation and maybe look around, make sure his bot lane's not too bad. Ooh, okay. Okay, and it's gonna be 2 turret shots plus some tongue lashes. So we got a decent amount of damage onto Azor, but now Pina has no ult and Stardust is far away. The Dominus is about to wear off though. And Pina is gonna be fine for now, but now Stardust is making his way. Strikey is trying to get into an angle where he can get something done. Ooh. And now Waza here comes in with a hero play, but okay, the last embrace connects, and now okay, so it's just gonna be the 2-for-1 trade in the top lane. That's gonna give the feats over here to the side of Nordians for the feats of warfare. A Canadian Whale has to dodge the zap, and the last embrace is not gonna land. It's just gonna try and sustain back up on this this Braum. Pina trying to land as many tongue lashes as he can. And so far, good CS lead here from Jhin in the bot lane. Only has a 200 gold lead from the CS. There's no plates have been taken yet. And so now let's see what Senna's looking to bet. Okay, so Senna is going Black Cleaver, so that's very smart. Batchamp has started the prowess here has started the Cloud Drake. It's the first dragon, so will not get a Cloud Soul this game. Now Waza with his Lost Chapter able to clear the back row of minions. And Stardust looking to maybe and Stardust just gonna steal Okay, I was gonna throw a lot of shots into Vex's back. Stardust able to get the steal because he had the upgraded smite. Canadian Whale might be in a little bit of trouble, gets hit up. The Dawning Shadow was used though. Bot lane a little bit frail. Black Cleaver is going to be Renekton's first item of choice here. And we will get our Heartsteel on the Sedgers. So and Pina is happy, just trying to chill. Looking at the gold diff, yeah. About 1,000 gold here between Pina and Azor. He does have to be careful whenever Renekton wants to combo him. Okay, the ultimate use. Last Embrace gonna connect. We're not gonna get the stun here. Oh, okay. Ooh, okay. Azor taking quite low. Still has the dominance on the flash though. Pina has no ult. Just used it to get some damage in. Now he knows that Renekton's got to be a little bit careful. So it's Yodal versus Collector here. Early, and that's going to be a plate here on the bot lane. And Leo's still struggling minions wise. And so is Strikey this game. About a 2-wave permanent lead. Stardust has been doing fantastically in the farming department. Ooh, okay, that's a pretty big chunk. A current call is about to come off cooldown. Ooh, okay, unfortunately the 4th shot doesn't hit. Azor does teleport into the grub pit, so that is, see if Stardust wants to contest, because Waza has gone back to the mid lane. And it looks like Stardust just gonna have to abandon the odds of getting the grub buff, but did deny the void buff because he managed to grab at least one void grub for his team. So when they hit turrets, they'll be able to get some good stuff done. And now Blackwax trying to shove this wave in to make sure that they get a little bit more advantage, denying some CS because Jinx took a recall here. Now if we look at the money, another 1400 gold. That should be collector plus something else here for Blackwax. See what he ends up trying to pick. It's gonna be a longsword. Alright, so at least first item completed here for Blackwax. Malignant's finish on Waza. We had the Triforce on Wukong, Heartsteel on Sejuani. We got the Black Cleaver on Renekton. And Vex is getting closer to finishing her Luden's Companion, but she's not there yet. And now we got the Dawning Shadow coming out. And now that way gets caught up. And that's just a double kill here for Stardust. There's nothing really to take. Vex may get like a turret plate, but that's all really there is. Okay, a bad champ is gonna use not gonna use the Sejuani ultimate, and instead it looks like DH are just trying to get the first turret bonus. 5 turret plates, Leo's getting punished, and here it looks that's another dive. And yeah, Pina seems pretty content here. Survives a 2v1 dive. We get the turret bot lane here, and yeah, the insane lead that Azor had is starting to close. And with that kill, that should be, I think that's the Heartsteel finished here for Pina. Yep, that is indeed the Heartsteel finished. So he is going to be able to start taking some comfortable trades with that double kill. Stardust got bot lane, is able to pick himself up a Caulfield's Warhammer, and second objective, the second dragon of the game is a Chemtech dragon, so we will not get a Chemtech soul this game. Let's see here if DH is able to snag it up again. Vision being cleared around Dragon as we get things set up. Vex and Ari have rotated to the bot lane as we rotate the bot lane's mid. Pina has kept his TP, walked back to lane with his Heartsteel. And does have TP advantage if they do decide to fight for this dragon. But it looks like it's just going to be freely secured here for DH. So that is 2-1 in objectives. And this Rift Herald coming up in 30 seconds is going to be our next point of contention. Okay, looks like a bad champ here. Okay, well, unfortunately, Pina could not make it back to the turret and did not have his ult. So that is unfortunate for him. But with the abandonment in the mid lane, it seems that the DH are going to be able to pick up another turret. So now Pina does just have to get a little bit of armor, and then he'll be fine in these Bash Brother comps. But Azor does manage to get a nice lead back here. Another kill onto Pina. And now Herald has been started by DH. The teleport invested here by Pina. Will a bad champ try and steal? We've got the teleport here from Renekton. We're trying. Get stuff. And it's going to be the Feats of Strength going over to DH. We got the Currents called a nice Cyclone finding 4, but Stardust gets taken down almost instantly. And now we just don't have... our front line is dead. And now Strikey looking to get in with the Shadow Dash. And he is going to find Canadian Well, gets stunned up. And DH aren't able to find anybody. And Bleos here flashing, but not in range. Has to heal, but it heals Strikey instead of Bleos, so he's not able to find Waza. The flash Q here on Vex. Let's see, what is that thing called? It's called the Mistral Bolt. Able to find and snipe Waza, and now Blackwax might be in a little bit of danger if he chooses to stay for this wave. And Pina is here. And there is the Tahm Kench ultimate, but that is gonna be that is Rift Herald traded for a turrets and 4 kills. Okay. And Stardust able to just whack-a-mole his way to a kill here on the Sejuani. Unfortunately, Batcham not having the MVP style game he had, and like we said, with the Unsealed Spellbook, it means that the Sejuani is just a lot squishier. No Aftershock defenses. Means that if they don't have exhaust or heal, they do take a lot more damage, a lot faster. So, now building some armor, realizing that Wukong hurts. Blackwax almost done his Yomu's Ghostblade here. And we're working on the Infinity Edge for Jinx. They're going to be 2 very important items for these 80 carries. Meanwhile, we're working on the Strikebreaker for Renekton. And I mean, Pina could be working on a multitude of items. We'll figure that out when we get a little bit closer. Ooh, that Heartsteel smack. I love that sound effect. It's always so nice to hear. We've got the dragon in a minute 30. It will be Ocean Soul this game. There's Ocean Soul point here for DH. And in this kind of brawly composition will definitely help Wukong survive a bit more. Thunder Sky now finished, the 2 item mark. Really important here on this Wukong. Does finally give him a little bit of sustain, which he was sorely lacking. Now Pina just watches Azor clear the wave, and then he clears the wave himself. Now, looks like we are going Leandri second here for this Ahri. So Waza is going to be able to do a decent amount of damage to the front line of Braum, Sejuani, Renekton. They are HP stacking right now. We might have early Randuins here for Sejuani. Deal with the Senna and the Jhin crits. Plus it helps with the Sundered Sky proc. Black Cleaver done on Senna means that it'll be easier for Blackwax and Stardust to do damage in teamfights, assuming Stardust stays alive. He's not stayed alive often in teamfights. Okay, we got Dragon spawning in 10 seconds so far. Strikey does have teleport, but he is making his way down slowly but surely. Last Embrace is gonna miss. We're gonna maybe get some pull mid-prio. We're looking, we find the engage here. And Stardust, though, gonna get assassinated once again. Glacial Fissure here onto Pina. The Tahm Kench ultimate not able to be used to save anyone. And here comes Azor. Has access to his flash. And Waza just gonna get found out. And that's another kill. We've got another Shadow Rush here from Vex. And Blackwax is gonna get found. That's a double kill. But Canadian Well gets the shutdown under the turret. Unfortunately, not being able to use the Tahm Kench ultimate in these fights is hurting DH a lot. A lot of the utility that Tahm Kench brings to a team isn't existing. And unfortunately, this Wukong is just very squishy. And Blackwax playing Jhin means that, you know, he's not a Jinx. He doesn't get excited. He doesn't gain 500 million% attack speed. He's got 4 shots. So when he's reloading, He's reloading. Okay, second item's coming across the board here for Nordians. We got the IE now. We got the Shadow Flame. And Rift Herald has been summoned top lane, so maybe it'll make its way. Will it make its way into the top turret? Let's find out. Peanut's gonna opt to not ride it. Oh, Azor is gonna find Waza, but that is a nice charm. However, the slow from the Stridebreaker, and I mean, Waza gonna be taking a 50%. It looks like this Herald is gonna go down the shitter. And that is an Otacon start here for that's an Otacon start here for Nordians once again. Leo's face tanking the Otacon damage because he just doesn't care. And yeah, we are just looking to get some damage on the mid turret, but Azor, the big fat crocodile that he is able to just scare away the two squishy 80 carries. Blackwax really needs to get his reset in. Ooh, okay. That way finds a nice door, but there's no follow-up available. Alrighty. And now, the next objective we're looking to fight for is Baron. The decent Baron damage on both sides here. Yeah, indeed, Azor is a big boy this game. Let's look at the money gap. Yeah, it's about almost a 3,000 gap here in the top lane. And as much as Waza has tried to come up with some creative plays, has not been able to find all the angles he wants, and is down about 2,000 gold. This Vex just hurts a lot. Here Stardust got found out on a ward. Azor about halfway through a turret when Waza shows up, so he's gotta call it off just a little bit. But Frozen Heart here for the Sejuani actually. So trying to neuter the already non-existent attack speed of the champions on the side of DH. Not a bad idea. The anti-heal already in process here for Blios. He will soon be on that 3-item Big Boy Spark. Pina doing his best to deny some XP and minions. And now Waza might be in a little bit of trouble, but there's no wave right now, so I think Waza's fine. He's got Malignance, has the ult, and now we're looking to find Blios here. The last embrace is not gonna find the root here, but Blackwax might just be dead. And yeah, that's Blios getting another kill, and now the Shadow Dash forcing the flash here on Canadian Whale. And there is no wave, so this turret is safe for now, but that was Stardust. That was the big ultimate use. Now Senna without flash is very, very squishy. Blackwax gets found out again, and has his 2 items now, but unfortunately is not enjoying life much at this point in the game. Alright. There we go. Pina gets himself a turret. There are no objective bounties right now. But he does have a Sunfire Cape, which is coming shortly. So I should help him mitigate a little bit of this physical damage that Renekton and Jinx are doing. But Vex basically does true damage to him. Okay, a bad champ is going to get found out here, but the charm is going to go wide as Sejuani dodges out of the way. And now, yeah, we've got Ocean Soul Point once again here for DH. Can they manage to get this? So they lost a team fight before the dragon went up. The Baron is up, but it's only really Nordians that have good Baron damage right now. I mean, Jhin is horrible at taking objectives. Just because he has 4 bullets. And we've secured vision around here for Dragon, and it looks like, yeah, Stardust not really interested in contesting it. Trying to rush towards his 3rd item. Boots are upgradable here by any member of the DH crew, as they all have 2 items. Azor does take another turret, and Peanut is pushing top lane. Stardust does a little bit of counter jungling versus a Drake, so that's 2 Ocean Dragons in a row here taken for the side of Nordians. They're looking good this game, the Bleos. Looking comfortable, and yeah, Peanut's gotta. He's gotta get out of there. Let's see how many stacks Senna is up to. Senna has 97 stacks, but on the support build, not very scary. Alright. Stardust getting close to finishing his Sterix Gauge, which will be a big item for him. And Black Wax now probably working on, I think that's an Infinity Edge. All right. We're just farming up. We're trying to farm up. Let's see here. Ari, probably trying to work towards. We do need some damage because right now it just feels like there's not enough damage to challenge this front line. The Sejuani never feels threatened, and well, Renekton's got a Death's Dance, so the odds of him dying in a team fight are pretty low. Especially if he gets Hysterics next. Yeah. Oh, Batchap is gonna fight Stars. Boy. Okay. Oh, okay. Azor is pretty happy, gets the flash. And yeah, just gonna follow with the slice and dice. Peanut gets caught once again. We got the Dawning Shadows here. But Bleos is unstoppable. And now Canadian Well has to run away here. There is no turret left. Strikey throws the Shadow Dash out, trying to find an opening. Bleos gets tagged by the Last Embrace. And well, Renekton is pushing the bot inner. And ooh, okay. We're trying to get onto Bleos, but the Braum ult is gonna be enough to cancel that. The cleanse comes through, and now we're just trying to get away. Nice. The curtain call was cancelled by the Glacial Fissure, and it looks like that's just going to be a Baron start here. We do have the teleport here from Sejuani using the Unsealed Spellbook, and Leos doesn't have any healing. But I might have the lifesteal runes. It looks like he is slowly healing. And oh no, it's the Ocean Dragon. Okay, Waza did teleport, forced to use the ulti right away after teleporting, but that is just a Baron here for Nordians. That's a death cap here. Once Strikey recalls. Sejuani now working on her, I think that's a Kanik Rooker. Jinx almost has her 100% crit. And yep, that's a scary 3-item Vex. It really hurts. If she connects, she will mess you up. Looking at Jhin, he probably has his Infinity Edge. Okay, so that's a little bit of damage, but unfortunately, Stardust has not been able to find the angle of plays that he's needed to do. Or he's found the plays, but there's never been any follow-up, so Bleos just always lives. He was threatened one team fight, and that was that. The rest of the team fights, he has never felt threatened. Level 18 on the Renekton is pretty huge here. Okay, that's Ocean Soul Point here for the side of Nordians. It's gonna be a 4 Dragon Ocean Soul. Man, the regen is insane. The tanks are living good today. You know you're having a good game on the support when you have 2.5 items and it just looks like you're unkillable. Fallen real MVP this Hatsuri. Yeah, trying to stay hype as a massacre is happening, yep. Okay, the current call comes out. And it's gonna do 5 total damage. And now we get a nice root. The Sejuani gets locked up. And now we get the Abyssal Voyage here from Tom Kanj, but he just dies before the shields can come in. So Blios gets a little bit excited here. And now Stardust wanted to find an opening. Waza gets a nice charm. So Jinx is down, but now Azor and Strikey are kind of just ending the game. And that's a triple kill for Strikey. Yeah, Strikey says GG, well played. It's time to go home. The mid gap has been insane this series. I feel like we have not seen Prime Waza in a while. And, well, Pina has definitely not awoken from his sleep. So we'll have to see if Los Luzerinos do win their match. As if they do win their match. And I think that's DH eliminated from playoff contention. And that's a clean 2-0 sweep from the side of Nordians. I want to thank you guys for watching the stream as always. We're gonna be heading off now. Probably gonna. I've got the T1 thing in the background, so I'm gonna unmute that, and I'm gonna just watch that as I fall asleep. But thank you as always for watching the stream. We have a stream this Sunday evening for you guys. It's High 7 versus. Give me a second. It is High 7 versus Wii Windows. So High 7 does have 2 subs, but they have decided to play that match, so it is going to be an interesting match. So look forward to it. Other than that, we'll see you guys next week if you guys don't show up Sunday. So thanks for watching. Have a great evening and good night.